Welcome to today's Reshape Method. Today it's a member review with the fabulous Lucy Schreiber. Lucy, hi.
Hi.
So wonderful to have you on with us today as part of
you.
our Reshape member interview for the Reshape Your Walk and it will Reshape Your 40 Plus Body and Move Challenge. Now, we would love to hear a bit about your experience in the program because you're still in the program, right? You're in week 7, is that correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. First of all, if you don't mind sharing how old you are and why you were interested in joining the Reshape Method. What was going on that when you heard about the Reshape Method, it piqued your interest?
Okay. Well, I'm going to be 76 in 1 month.
Whoa.
Yes, ma'am. And I've always been very interested in body movement, in exercise, and I've always tried to keep myself in very good shape. And I think I've done a pretty good job up until now. But, you know, age does catch up with you, and different things happen throughout your life. And of course, the whole menopause thing. I thought I was doing great. And then I was diagnosed with breast cancer a year ago, and I've taken care of that. But I did notice a lot of changes in my body. I'm sure hormones got all confused. And anyway, with COVID, I had stopped going to my exercise classes. I was doing everything at home. And so I have been on a discovery journey on the internet. And I happened to see you, Tracy, on somebody else's program. And you were so full of energy and new ideas. I'm used to going to a gym or to a studio and being instructed on how to do different exercises. But nobody really gets into it the way you do. And I just, something like a light bulb went off in my head. And I said, you know, this is totally different, a different approach. I feel it's very personal, even though you're doing it in a group setting, essentially. But comments are directed to individuals. You address individual issues very, very well. And I just thought it would be a wonderful thing to try. And I love your energy. So
Thank you.
I feel like, I don't know if you ever watch Star Wars, but I feel like Salt Woman. I feel like I can get energy from you and hopefully give some energy back to other people who are participating.
Fantastic. And so, yeah, it is a group program, but what do you feel you're also getting out of the private coaching sessions?
Oh, the private coaching sessions are amazing because as I'm going through the program and as I'm doing the exercises each day, you know, this isn't just do an exercise. This is think about your body, think about what the movement is doing to your body and how you are able to do the movement by really focusing. And so I have become much more body aware.
And how do you feel that has made a difference for you in terms of the different kind of results? Because I know you're a pretty experienced and seasoned exerciser, so you know a thing or two about exercise, right? Yet you've shared with me that you are getting, first of all, that you're in week 7 and that your posture and alignment has already changed dramatically.
I definitely
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, just some of the cues that you have given right from the beginning. And I mean, just something as basic as rolling your foot on the ball every morning has loosened up muscles or it changed the way my body aligns itself.
And how are you seeing that? How are you noticing that? Like in your clothes, when you look in the mirror, if people have said anything to you?
Well, when I look in the mirror, I definitely see changes. And when I'm walking, I feel as though I am standing up straighter. I feel like I'm reaching for the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been a huge thing for me because I feel as though I can breathe better, I can move better, and I just feel lighter and I feel happier.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. And at, almost 76. So really, it's never too late to make these kind of changes, right?
Oh, it's never too late to make changes. I mean, I think this is a time to really make changes. I've been doing the same old for so long. And yes, I've made progress over the years, but you do reach a point where you think maybe you've done everything that you can do. And that is absolutely not true.
Yeah.
You can always move forward.
Right.
And it's very exciting when you do.
It is exciting. And so you were saying that you're feeling stronger and firmer, right? At halfway through the program, you're feeling stronger and firmer. So how does that feel, right? And if you look back on the exercise you've done before, you've done so much exercise, and yet with this different alignment-based approach, you're seeing results that you haven't seen before. So maybe tell us a little bit about how that feels in your body and emotionally as well.
Well, let's see. That's not so easy to describe, but I'm seeing results much faster. They may be more subtle, but it's much faster. Like you did a move the other day on one of the things with the walking, I think. It was a very small move. It was a stretch, a lunge stretch, but it's a stretch that doing yoga or Pilates or gyro or whatever, that we've always really stretched way forward. And yes, that's very good, but this was more maybe functional. It actually made me see what I wanted to do when I'm taking a step forward. And that was a big thing for me, that I'm seeing how these small movements are changing the way I'm approaching doing day-to-day motions, bending, walking, whatever. And it just feels so great because I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something. I mean, yes, you get stronger from doing general exercises, but this is so specific. That's what I love about it.
Right. I love that. It is. It's very specific, very specific. And as you say, it gives totally different kind of results. There's also kind of like a novelty to it as well, right? Because when you're like 40, 50, 60, 70, you've done the same old kind of exercise all along, and my approach is different. So tell me a little bit about how you feel about the novelty of the program. Does it keep your interest? Is it easier to keep your interest?
I feel very interested because I every time you present a different movement, I'm thinking about it in a totally different way than I ever did before. Before, I was just following someone's directions. Do this, but I didn't know, am I engaging the muscles properly? What is this going to do for me? How am I going to apply this? And that for me is tremendous. I mean, I like to know what I'm trying to accomplish, because otherwise I don't know if I'm accomplishing anything at all.
Absolutely.
So this is very, very exciting. It's not boring. And you always seem to have something new that you just pull out of a hat, even though I know you plan it in advance. So I guess that's the best way I can express it.
Fantastic. And tell me, how does that make you feel about moving forward, right? do you feel that you have that? Are you feeling so you spoke about how you've got all this new body awareness, right? And we were in your private session the other day, we were doing some moves to help with your squatting and the pain that you sometimes feel when you pick up your dog. So what is this information, right? And this body awareness, how is it making you feel? Are you feeling more empowered? Is it giving you more freedom?
Yes, first of all, it's definitely neuroplasticity. There's no doubt about it, because you are making this a cerebral thing, not just a physical exercise. And it does make me feel very empowered. It gives me the incentive to move on, because I know that there is so much more available to me. And as my body progresses, I'll be able to do more and more.
You are just an absolute inspiration. You are an inspiration to us and all of us in the Reshape Method, right? To be focused on feeling and doing what it takes to just truly age audaciously. You are the poster child of that for us, because that is what we talk about in the Reshape Method, right?
Thank you.
Age audaciously. And when you know what to do that, then that feels amazing, right?
Yes. And the other thing that I really like is that we're not doing things that I feel I'm not capable of doing. These exercises are probably more doable than many of the exercises I've attempted to do in the past, but I feel like I'm getting much more out of them. I'm not, in a sense, I'm not working as hard. I think mentally I'm working harder, which I like, but physically I don't feel as though I'm really working as hard, but I'm getting more out of the exercises.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that, because that is what I say all the time. I say you can get all these incredible benefits without the sweat, strain, or time suck of typical exercise. And on your first round through the program, there is like a bit of mental work, a bit of mental gymnastics going on, but members have a lifetime access to the program, and you're going to go through it a second time and a third time, and then it will be more automated. It won't be as much brain work. Can you see that happening?
I can. And I mean, just first of all, for people to know, I mean, I'm in my 7th week and I have not gone to the 3rd level yet. I've been staying in 1 and 2 because I'm getting so much out of that. Yeah. I just didn't feel ready. And since I know that I have access all the way through, I didn't feel that I needed to rush.
Yeah. And that's important.
I like that. I can really do this at my own pace.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's a very, very important thing for people to know, because while it is an online program and there's group coaching, it is also a tailored, customized program. So we decide, me and you, when is the best time to move on to the next phase, because as I like to say, one size fits all is great for earrings and pashminas and hotel slippers, but not for women over 40, right?
Yes. And it's also very inspiring to hear how other people are doing. And I like the fact that we have access to that.
Yeah, and to the community, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's lovely to connect with people all around the world who are in the Reshape Method.
Yes.
Especially because what we're doing is a little bit different and left field, right? Do you find that sometimes it's hard to explain to your friends and family what it is that we're doing?
Yes, they all want to know what you're doing. And I mean, unless you actually take them to a session, it's kind of hard to explain. And they all tell me how much they admire what I'm doing.
So tell me, when a lot of people, understandably, when I make all these like grand promises and say, that you'll get in shape and you'll lose the body aches and you'll age audaciously, they're like, it almost sounds unbelievable and it sounds too good to be true. Maybe tell people a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, there's just so much that you can do. It is a two-way street, but the promises are not unrealistic. It's not too good to be true, because if you just follow the very simple format, it is going to work, because my body, your body, they respond to the same things. Something that I wanted to mention that I really, really like is every week when you have the calendar, I think it's very important to be organized, and not that you have to stick to the calendar, but to have a game plan each week, the way you present it, and to have everything in there, marked off, and you can check off what you were able to do and what you weren't. I mean, look, we're all busy, but if you see it in front of you, it's in your mind, and it's going to remind you to do as much of it as you possibly can. And I think that's another reason why the program works so well.
Right, because the program sets you up for success, right?
Yes.
And if you just trust the process and follow it step by step, you'll get the results.
Yes.
And you are really living proof of that. So thank you so much for coming to share your experience with us.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
So for people who are wondering whether or not the Reshape Method is the right fit for them, they may be on the fence. What do you have to say about people who are thinking about joining but not sure? Maybe, they're looking at the price and they're not sure if it's because this is not the price of a typical exercise program. Is it worth the value?
I believe it's worth the value. I did not join right away. I did the 2-week trial, whatever the trial period was. And I calculated what it was costing me to have a private trainer at a studio. And true, I mean, it's not hands-on exactly, but I think that the value is there because you give so much, and it's not just an hour at the gym, because you are available. You have the Facebook program. So you have much more throughout the day. And it's not an inexpensive program. Again, if you compare it to certain other programs, but you could spend less money and not get anything out of another program. So you can only go by the results that other people are telling you about. I mean, I feel that I have gained a tremendous amount by participating in the program. And after a few days of the trial, I realized that it was something that I definitely wanted to do, because I could see already what was going to happen.
Right. What specifically did you notice in that trial period that made you think that, this is different. This is something different. This is going to give me true value and true results?
Well, like I said before, it was very well organized. I think you are very, very well organized. You have a plan, and I mean, you just have everything worked out, and you're very generous with your information and your time. And I just could see right from the very beginning, I was learning things that I had never thought about before. Not that I was doing anything that was that different physically, but I was starting to understand what I was doing and why I was doing those things.
Right. And maybe why you were not getting the results from from what you had done before, right?
One day I was talking to a friend. She was telling me she had joined some group and they were doing clamshell was one of the exercises. And I said to her, "Oh, I find that very challenging." And she said to me, "I don't." She said, "I lie there and I do this." And I'm thinking to myself, am I getting more out of clamshell than she is, or is she getting the same thing that I am? And there's no way that she could have been benefiting from clamshell the way I benefited from clamshell. Yes. It was like two completely different exercises. Right. And that's what I feel I'm getting from you. I'm understanding how I should be doing something and why I should be doing it that way.
Otherwise, you can be exercising for years and quite literally wasting your time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're moving, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Because really the Reshape Method, it is not an exercise program. It is a movement coaching program to set you up to move well, to get the most benefit out of your exercise, and to just walk better for the rest of your life. So tell us a little bit about your walking. What's happened with your walking? How is your walking changed?
I was just going to say that if I didn't learn anything except how to walk better, for me, it would have been worth the price of the program. Because I know that I was dragging my legs for the longest time, and I didn't understand why I was so tired. I wasn't utilizing my body properly. And now when I'm walking, first of all, I feel full body movement, full body engagement.
Fantastic.
And I feel as though when I'm walking, I'm actually strengthening myself.
Yes.
It's not that I'm walking better and I look better, but I feel like I'm getting a full body exercise.
And that's exactly what walking is meant to be. So boom, boom, boom. I love that. And you're only at week 7, right? You're only halfway through the program.
That's right.
Already you're feeling that.
Yes, I definitely am.
And how does that feel? Like that's like, I know when it happened to me, it was like, this is just a breakthrough. It was like I couldn't believe it, right? How does it make you feel emotionally to know that just like walking around the block or the supermarket is actually this like crazy exercise and movement for your body now that you've been able to reshape?
Oh, I mean, it's a great feeling. And when I walk down the street and I watch other people walk, my heart starts breaking for them because I can see what they're not doing. And I feel like getting out in front of them. It's very empowering. I don't like to say this because I don't feel like an old lady, so don't misunderstand me. But I mean, when you get into your 70s, you start to think about your age, getting older, and being able to walk properly, that is youth. I mean, that gives you back your youth. And when I walk down the street now, I feel really good about myself, and I feel like I look so much better than I did. And, you know, I can flirt with the 30-year-olds and feel like, well,
Lucy,
have a little fun, right?
That is so beautifully said, because that is why I did this. That is why I wrote the program, because we want to have a strong, agile, pain-free body to match your strong, agile, youthful mind. Because I think no matter how old we are, we're still like 20 or 30 something in our heads. I mean, my eldest daughter just turned 20 last week, and I'm like, how can she be 20? I'm 20, right? I'm 53. But we feel a certain age in our heads, and to then feel that your body now matches how you feel inside, like, how does that feel?
It's a great feeling. There's nothing like it. You can't replace that with anything.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming to share your experience with us. You are an inspiration. I love that you have just taken on all these new concepts and ideas and like really integrated them into your life and into your body. And I love that you following the program, you're sticking to the program, you're trusting the system, and you're getting the results. And I love that for you.
Well, and thank you, because it is a life-changing experience. You know, not dramatic, but it definitely is a life-changing experience. You just feel so different about yourself.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming to share with us and for letting people know that change is possible. And would you say it's also like easier than you think, or simpler than you think, right?
It is. I mean, I don't feel like I'm, you know, it's like, I don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, today I have to, you know, I have to turn on Tracy and we're going to do this and that. No, I look forward to it because I feel good when I'm doing the work, and I I just feel good mentally. I'm challenging myself in a way that I wouldn't have been challenging myself otherwise. And we always need these new challenges. That's how we stay young.
Absolutely. And I think that that's what you were saying about the neuroplasticity as well. You know, there's so much research that talking about dementia and all things like that, yeah, we need to keep our mind stimulated with puzzles and everything, but we also need to keep it stimulated in a movement kind of way. Yes. That's what really keeps our brains young and active and, and staves off dementia. That's what new research is coming out with, to challenge the movement aspect of your body, because that is a huge part of the evolution of the human being, right? Yes. And so if you just keep moving the whole time, you're not challenging these neuromuscular pathways. So are you feeling that your brain is like really firing?
Oh, it is. Bing, bing, bing. It is.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat with us. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Mother's Day on Sunday. And remember, if you are not signed up for the walking challenge, just DM me, PM me, reach out to me, comment below. There are all sorts of things. Sign up because, and Lucy as well, for you to know, on Sunday, I am sending out a special Mother's Day surprise. It's a walking challenge related surprise, and it's not on the Reshape Method dashboard, so you want to keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much again for coming to chat to us, and look forward to the next couple of months of watching your incredible transformation in the Reshape Method.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.